morning. Hello, everyone. It's a rainy morning here in wonderful New England, Peabody, the North Shore of Boston, Massachusetts. Welcome to my friends. This is what happens in New England. I have to get used to it. Plus, I was told a long time ago that the rain makes the colors look better on the leaves, the foliage. So I never cursed the rain. Anyway, good morning to everyone. Hi, Leslie. Hi, Jamie. There you are. Hi, Gail. And there's Perlita. Hello, Perlita. And there's Leilani. How are you, Leilani? And Ardeen. Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, the snow, the shoveling the snow, but then, when I got a really good guy that helps me with that. His name is Santo. And he grew up never seeing snow, so he doesn't seem to mind seeing snow. He's pretty good with that. So anyway, good morning to everyone. I hope you are well. I am doing great. Uh, I'm doing great. Mom's doing better. She's been moving around a little bit more, but COVID kind of knocked it out of her. She didn't realize it, so I think that's what makes it hard. But and the pups are well, and Owen is home from school today because it's Yom Kippur, which is a day of atonement in the Jewish faith. Yom Kippur, and so he, because we have a very large um, Jewish population in Peabody, they've always taken the high holidays off. So there you go. And so what are we doing this morning? This morning we're going to make a really kind of cool card. I want to say it's vintage because the images are very very old in Design Space, but I'm going to add a new spin to them by adding this wonderful textured metallic vinyl. Now, I've been holding on to this textured metallic vinyl. This one is called um, dark metals or heavy metals. I don't think heavy metals. Let's go to the Cricut website and find out what it's called because I knew I'd forget. All right, so dark metals. Okay, so this is what I'm using, this premium vinyl textured metallic sampler in dark metals, and there's three colors. There's a brown, which I used all of, and then there's black and this orange color. You could also buy these individually, and here they are. And look, this black one is on sale. Is it black? 287. That's unheard of. Add that to my cart. I'll figure out something to do with that. You're in trouble when you have the Cricut app open and you're just like ordering stuff. Anyway, it also comes in this called precious metals, which would also look good, but this I found in my stash, and I thought, I think I could work with this. I think I could come up with a good design. The thing I love about this is it's got like a metallic, the gold leaf really design. It's like an effects with veining and texture, and it's shiny in parts, and it really is just beautiful. So I wanted to show you how I worked with them. So let's get on over to Design Space. And here is my completed project file. So you can, if you are in Design Space, which you all should be if you work in Design Space, you can get this project for free, as well as any of my other dozens and dozens, really hundreds of files. And it will tell you a lot about this project. So when you click up here, did you know this? Then you click up here and in the name, and it will tell you, will show you the pictures, whatever pictures are on there. So there's my desktop or whatever, my canvas, and then here's a picture that I posted. Did I post any other pictures? No. I have two pictures, but I didn't post both of them. I should go back. Anyway, It will tell you, there's a description here, and it explains about the community a little bit. It also talks about my community profile. And if you follow me, this is important if you're a cutie lover. If you follow me, you will automatically be entered into winning a Cricut Cutie every Friday. Every Friday, I'm doing a Cricut Cutie giveaway, and it's only for people that are in Design Space and that follow me. So how do you follow me? Well, first you have to get into Design Space. So let me just go over here to the hamburger, and I'm going to go home. All right. Now, once I'm home, I'm going to go to the community projects right here, and we'll choose see more. See more. And you'll see there's 52,000 community projects already. Yikes, that's just going to get up into the zillions, isn't it? So if you want to find me, you can type in Rita, Rita, right here at the top. And not everything is going to be mine. You're going to look for Miss Rita to the rescue. See that? Miss Rita to the rescue, Miss Rita to the rescue. Now, some people have, so here's a card that I made, Miss Rita to the rescue, but then here is Patricia Brewer, who used my card to, so this person, Linda Joya, that's how I'm supposed to pronounce it, right, Linda? So they have taken my design and they were inspired by it. So here's Dawn Walsh, right? And she did this Hello Pumpkin card. So if you were to look at this, it will say images used, and it will also say inspired by Miss Rita. Okay. So anyway, you want to find me, whether you go there through somebody else's or through me. And this is my profile. And I'm so happy to show you that I hit 1,000 followers last night. Actually, I'm at 1,004, and we just keep rolling along. I don't know why the followers and the following don't match, but there you go. Anyway, so this is my profile, and I do embed that link into the descriptions of my videos so that you can find me there, and you can follow me. So if you were looking at me and you weren't me, it would say follow right here. So you just click on that and follow. Okay. And then once you follow me, you can have your pick of all of these. I have almost 500 designs in Design Space here. So some of them are old, and I haven't gotten to put pictures of them all. Okay, teddy bear. I haven't gotten to put pictures of them all, but if you want to go back to the spring when we made these simple pop-up cards, or last year when we did different things, well, you can do that. It's all right here. Okay. And then what else is there to know? Also, my giveaway this month for October is follow me here and then enter into the Rafflecopter raffle. So there are two giveaways. One, you don't have to do anything except follow me. The other one, you follow me and then you go to Rafflecopter and enter your name. You should do both. You know, you should, well, you'll be entitled to both, really, because the people that win on Fridays, the cutie on Friday, doesn't have to do anything except follow me. Okay, so let's go back to the canvas. And here you go. So these images came from a really fun but older image set. I think it might have been one that was on a cartridge. I'm not very sure. And I did manipulate them a little bit. I also added 2 card bases with two separate sentiments, because I thought this one here says hearts, bellies full of food and hearts full of joy, and I thought that would look good with the turkey one. And then this one here, it just says give thanks, so I chose from home to home, heart to heart, warmest wishes. And so you can change this. When you get this, you can change it and then save it the way you want to. Maybe these sentiments aren't what you're looking for, or you want to somehow add an extra uh, frame or a mat to this. You can certainly do that. Okay. So once you get it and you save it in your design space as yours, then it will be yours forever. And also just want to point out that all of the images that I use for the most part, and I'd say 99% of the time, I use images from Cricut Design Space because I really love Cricut Access, which is the subscription model. So the reason why I do that is that if people follow me and are Access customers, then they don't have to pay every time they go to purchase or one of my files. So that's how I do it with that. Okay. So let's have a look at where these came from. So I'm just going to group these and hide them, and we'll start as if we were new. So we're going to go to images. And then from images, we're going to go to image sets. That's under here, under highlighted categories, image sets. It's how I like to look for images because sometimes an image isn't quite what I'm looking for, and I want to see if there are any variations. And that's why I look in image sets. Now, this one, these images come from a cartridge called Home, not a cartridge, an image set, Home for the Holidays. And there are different cartridges, images. Why am I saying cartridges today? There are different ones that have Home for the Holidays in it. This is the one we're looking for, Home for the Holidays, Fall and Winter. Okay. Has a lot of great images on here. We actually use this for some intricately cut Halloween cards. So now we're going back and doing some intricately cut Thanksgiving cards. And by the way, Monday is Canadian Thanksgiving. And this year, thankfully, I have made it because I always forget every year. I'm like, when's Canadian Thanksgiving? I forget. I have to remember it's always in October. And so here's the image set. As you can see, there's a lot to choose from. And here is what we're going to choose, the give thanks. And then we will choose the gobble till you wobble. Now, there is a difference between these two cards. I'm sorry, these two images. One of them, the give thanks one, has a little bit, so they come in pretty small. So just so you know, you can just make them 7 inches high. All right, so 7 inches high for this. And okay, so do you see the difference here on the give thanks? There's part of the leaves that are sticking out on both sides. Okay, so what we want to do is get rid of that because it's going to mess up a little bit of our card. You can do this two ways. You can remove those pieces, or you can do a mat around it. And the way you do the mat around is you would start the same way, actually. You get yourself a square. Okay. And so to do a mat around it, you would just simply unlock it and make it bigger than send to the back like this, sort of make it whatever size so that it squares up the entire project. But what I want to do is I want to actually cut off these little extra bits. So I'm going to take my square and align it side by side with the image so that you can see this overlapping part. Okay. And then I am going to select them both. And now I'm going to do slice. Slice is down here in the bottom right hand corner, the left side image. Okay, so here am I, and this is the piece or the pieces that got sliced off, and that's fine. We're not going to get rid of the square now. We're going to the other side, and we're going to line them up like this, and then we will slice again. And now we can get rid of the square. And now we have an image that is smooth all around. Okay. So I will just go ahead and make these 5 by 7, and just so that I'm all about symmetry, right? That's from my years of playing with Legos, with my son. Is that there's incredible symmetry in Lego. So I like the sameness of it all. So here we got 5 by 7 inch, um, beautiful and intricately cut images. Now let's make a card out of it. So we'll go back to shapes again and choose that square again. We'll unlock it, and we will make that 5 by 7. Okay. And if it helps you, you can change the color so you can see what you're playing with. I think what I chose was like a yellow for underneath, but we'll talk about that when we do this. But anyway, so here's my 5 by 7 inch, and then here's my backing on that. And then I will just repeat this too, duplicate, and arrange, send to back. Okay, there we go. So there are 2 card fronts, and then it's just a matter of finding a really good sentiment. So let's move these over and then putting together our card. So first thing we want to do is do shape again with the square. And we're going to make these 10 inches wide by 7 inches tall. And you can turn this whatever color you like. I used cream, but there's no real good cream on Design Space. So this is what I used. And I went back to shapes and I pulled a score line. And I'm going to make that score line 7 inches high. All right. And I am going to bring it over to my card. I select them both. I do a line center so I have the exact middle. And then I select it both and I attach. Attaches down here. Okay. Now I need to come up with a sentiment. So I used the Google and I went to, this is called, I don't know, I just typed in Google, what are some awesome Thanksgiving card messages in quotes? And I came up with a bunch here. And this is the one I liked the most. See this? Wishing we were gathered around the table with bellies full of food and hearts full of joy. Happy Thanksgiving. And I hope to see you soon. Really nice and thoughtful and very down to earth, right? So I have selected that text, and I am going to do a copy. So I'm on a Mac. So the way I do it is Command C, but you might do it slightly different, but it's the same technique. Okay. So I did Command C. Now I'm going back to Cricut. I'm going to hit text. And then within the text, I am going to just do Command V or paste. And here we go. Here it is. So this is not in writing form. So I am just going to hit some bellies full of food and hearts full of joy. Happy Thanksgiving. And I hope to see you soon. Okay. So all I did there was I just put some returns, carriage returns, or what do you call that? Enters. Anyway, so that's what I did. Now, this is a writing font. It happens to be Caslon. I don't know. It's so small there. Caslon, Caston Black. I think it's Caston Black. Can't really see it. But I want a writing font. So I am going to actually go to my bookmarks, and I am going to choose, because I love these these fonts, right? I'm going to choose this one called Fantastic Fonts DJ Terrific. I just like this one, so I choose that. Now it's going to change the look of it, but it's not going to make it into a printing a printable font. So I have to do two things here. I have to do style and then change to writing. And then I have to go to operation and change to pen. Okay. And then all I need to do is to resize this and make sure that it's going to fit within my card. So here you go. Around the table, belly's full of food. And then all you need to do is attach it. So just so you know, that's how do we do that? We don't have that. Okay, I'm not following the chat. Sorry guys. I will have let's see. Let's say 4 of these to go out, and I'm going to ask somebody on Facebook. I don't know who's on Facebook, to pick 1, and Loretta, can you pick 3? So again, you can duplicate this and put a different sentiment in there, which, I'll just duplicate the whole thing. And then when you go to cut it, this is what I did. So I wanted to use the different color, textured. I wanted to use the brown for the turkey, and for the give thanks I wanted to try either the orange or this dark color. Now, one of the things that you will notice is that these are rolls and they roll right back up. It's almost impossible to unroll them, and it's really all about the backing. So I wanted to show you what I do. Okay, I'm going to bring you down here. So what I do is I use a really sticky mat, and if you have one, a strong grip mat is good. So this is a strong grip mat, and then I just lay it down. This is a new strong grip mat. You just lay it down, and it should stick to the bottom really well. And if it doesn't, then you can tape it. You can use tape. All right, but it should stick. Obviously, it's not sticking here. The reason why I'm not showing you on a blank strong grip map is because I suggest that you actually keep it on the mat, because even after it's been cut, okay? Because this is me having been on the mat and having been cut out and taken off the mat, right? And it's really hard to weed these pieces. So my suggestion is put it on a strong grip mat and leave it on there. I don't always do this, but for these difficult to sort of flatten rolls, it's the best technique that I've come up with. So here you go. I actually cut out 2 of each of these, and I'll show you. So this one I've already weeded, and then I'll just show you how we weed them. Very simple. This is metallic textured, so it's not as sticky as, it's more like the adhesive foil, but it's got a texture to it. So it's a lot easier to weed. And so I'm just going to go ahead and weed these. So you notice I didn't cut any of these out because I've already cut these out numerous times because I changed everything about this file. So, so first I started off with just using, solid cardstock, but I was disappointed in the way that I got the glue everywhere. You see that? See that? Because I was interrupted. I had to go help my mom with something, and then I came back, it was half glued, and I came back and I kind of rushed it and it looks crappy. So this is what I switched to, was this. And then I started thinking maybe not the solid behind there. And then I also changed, I started off with white, and I changed to cream colored. So I have cut out a lot of these, and I think, yeah, 4 is a good choice. Is somebody on Facebook, that like Dawn or somebody, that could pick the winner for me for Facebook? And Loretta, I think, is here. So we'll have Loretta pick the winners there. And there are 2 different ones here. So I will go through and show you. I don't think I have to weed both of them. Or maybe I do. I don't know. But it's good to have good lighting, and I do have my Cricut, brand new Cricut lamp. It's called Cricut Bright, and I love this thing. I didn't know if I would use it a lot, but I do. I really do. And it's so helpful, and it's great to have the light. I know also people swear by their bright pads too, but I for some reason I like the overhead light better. So if you haven't got any lighting from Cricut or any other place, um, you really should think about it. It's something I don't think about until like after I have a trouble, like after I've struggled with something. I'm on the struggle bus, as they say. Then I realize, oh, I should put the light on. Maybe it would be better if I could see what I'm doing. So I don't know. I'm probably just kind of daft that way, so apologize. But that's how I like to do it. So there, look at how easy that was to weed. And now we can take it off of the mat. So just let's have a look at this one too. Why don't we weed this one too, since we're here? And I keep trying to look at the chat, but I get so engrossed in what I'm doing. I thank you for my friends on the chat. First of all, for encouraging me to continue to chat, because I don't know what I'd do if I couldn't. And I wasn't joking yesterday when I said I just like to chat. I mean, when somebody asks me what my skills are, I don't go to like, oh, well, I can knit and I can make soap and I can, bake and cook. And I go to like, well, I'm really good at chatting, which is a good thing. I don't have a real job, because you know what I mean, real job, right? Because if that was my only gift, then, oh, gee, I don't know. I would never get a job, I don't think. But I love my life, and I am happy to have developed this lovely group. And really, it's all about you guys. You helped me get here, and I appreciate it very much. And because of that, I like to give away things, and I like to chat. So if you're not a fan of chatting and you just want to see the projects, may I suggest that you just turn down the volume? I watch my Facebook watch videos without the volume half the time, because some of the music that's put on there is just so it drives me nuts. So definitely consider that if you just can't take my chatting. But I do know that a lot of people like the chatting, and they love the opportunity to talk with one another in the text box. So I hope that you like to do that too, and you can join us. What a great group. Excellent group. And let's see. So coming up this week, so I can tell you what's coming up. It is the Canadian Thanksgiving. So what we're going to do is we are going to do a really cute Thanksgiving banner for our Canadian friends. And then tomorrow, what was I going to do tomorrow? No, that's the Thanksgiving banner is tomorrow. Okay. And there you go. So see how beautifully these weed right on there. Now we can take it off, and it's not nearly as sticky. And when we take off the back of the vinyl, it will be flat. Okay. All right. Now we will need some transfer tape for this. And lucky for me, this particular kind of vinyl doesn't require strong grip, because I have yet to find my strong grip transfer tape in my mess of a studio. So I'm just cutting these apart. This make it easier for pudding for application. So isn't that much easier than having to weed these little pieces? Ah, that drives me crazy. Anyway, those are going in the Christine box. My friend Christine Bartholomew, who is so kind and has helped me out. Christine, I love you. You're lovely. She came over to Salem on Saturday and brought me tea and a little bit of a pound cake and some peppermints. And best thing of all, a blanket because it was really cold. It was really cold. All right, let me find my transfer tape. Here's my transfer tape. I buy it in the big thing and just cut off pieces. I can't stand it when I buy a small roll. I like the big rolls. And it's not that expensive. It's I think it's on an Access exclusive or something like that, or it's on sale or something. Anyway, so I cut out a piece of transfer tape. I'm going to actually cut this in half. There's nothing special about the cutting of this vinyl, except you do need to choose the correct setting. And when you choose it, I'm going to show you. When you choose it, it's called textured metallic vinyl. Use that setting. It cuts beautifully, or at least it cut beautifully for me. Oh, Felicia, how was the booth thing? It was really fun. I actually had a Oh, Felicia, she's my local friend. Felicia McMillan. She's from, I'm not sure she's from Peabody or Salem, but she just came by yesterday to pick up some things I had for her. So yeah, that'll be nice. Let's send it to Felicia. And Felicia, you're a winner. Woohoo! You won one of these cards. All right, so you see how I put the vinyl. This is just the transfer tape. Now I'm going to trim it up a little bit. Just makes placement so much easier for me. And if it doesn't work for you, that's okay. You don't have to do it that way, but I just thought I'd show you. Yeah, Felicia came by. Now Felicia has I would say a grandson. I would call him a grandson. I don't think, I don't know what she calls him. She just calls him Teo. His name is Mateo, and he's the cutest little thing, and just adorable kid. And she came by yesterday to pick up a few mats and a blade because she needed them. So I had them, and I said, I'll save you the trouble of ordering them. Just come by and I'll give you some. And all right, so there's our give thanks. Let's do the same thing with our gobble till we wobble. Yes, it's a 5x7-inch card. Dawn, I like 5x7-inch cards. I know you like the small, the A2, A20, whatever they call it. A2? Is that the right number? All right. But it is 5x7. I like bigger cards. And so if you want to make this smaller, feel free. You can do whatever you like. But I love 5x7-inch cards. I will admit it. I think as an industry, as Cricut makers, I think that the easiest size is probably the A2 size, or what's now called the R20 by Cricut. But I like the A7 or 5x7-inch card. It just to me says card. So anyway, so there we go. Here's our gobble tea wobble and give thanks. So as I said before, I've changed a lot about this. So these are the original. Look at how cool. And this is the one with the brown. And then this is the one with the brown cardstock. And this is the one with the yellow cardstock and orange metal. Okay. But then I started thinking, first I cut it out in paper, which is fine. It does a great job in the paper, except that when you go to put the glue on, you have to be very careful. Then I also, so that's what these are. These are going in the Christine pile too. So then I started thinking, well, I'll just use solid colors. So these are the solid colors that I started with. And then I thought, well, maybe this would look cool with some pattern paper. So whichever one you want to do, I'm going to do these two pattern pieces first. And then here are the cards that that I made. So this one is the one about the table, hearts full of joy, and then there's this one here. Okay, so let's put these on the paper. So I've already burnished it. That's really important. And then we're going to just turn it over, make sure it all comes off first. I mean, we're not going to take it off completely, like right there. What happened there? All right. But so I just want to make sure it's going to come off. And it is. Okay. And then things like this bottom part is not. It's not. So I need to burnish that a little bit more. Okay. Let's try it again. Okay. There you go. So here is our, now I'm going to do something a little different. Here is our design, and it's wrong side up. This is the sticky side. Okay. And here we might want to keep this, but I'm going to take my cardstock wrong side down, and I am going to just line it up. And they should be exactly the same size, right? So I'm lining this up as best I can. And I'm going to press down. Then I flip it over. And there it is. I just have to take off the transfer tape. I'll show you that again. All right. Be careful when you're taking off the transfer tape that it works completely. And there is the top of our card. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful, beautiful. So let's try this one. This one I did in black, which is kind of cool. I thought it gave a kind of a stained glass look. And we just have to make sure. So I met this really nice woman in Salem. Her name is Lovey, and she's looking for a group to join. And I told her about our group, and I hope that she's going to join me here. But she also is interested in doing some in-person things. So this is really pretty too, but it's a little dark. So we'll use this side instead. All right. So I've been talking to a lot of people this week, a lot of people, and I just wanted to remind you guys, I love October. And I wanted to remind you, if you are local, to go and visit my friend Wendy at Haunted Happenings every Saturday and also Columbus Day. And I believe it's going to be in the Common again. And I will not be there this week. Oops. I messed this one up a little bit. See how I cut this wrong? That's okay. That's okay. We'll fix it. Oops, I just dropped the top of my True Control knife. So here's my True Control knife. So we'll fix this up really good. If I can find my ruler, which of course I can't find. So I'm going to freestyle this one. And I'm just going to cut the paper so that it's square. I actually did cut this paper, not on the machine. I did it with my trimmer. So there we go. I could probably get a little closer, but since I can't get my head right there, it's hard because I have a camera in the way. You know what I mean? So yeah, so Haunted Happenings will take place all through the month of October, and I will be joining Wendy again there, but not this weekend. This weekend I am headed to New Hampshire, way up by the Canadian border. So Bren and Dawn and uh, who else is my Canadian friends? Trying to remember. Colleen. You guys, I will wave to you. I will wave to you. I'm going to a place called Pittsburgh, New Hampshire. Now, get out your GPS so you can see where it is. It is way up at the top of the thin part of the state of New Hampshire. And it actually borders Canada from the north, and it borders Vermont from the west, right? From at its west. Yeah. So that's where I'm going. That's where my sister lives. I have two sisters. We're three girls. Tony's girls, which is what we were known as growing up. Everybody had a nickname, by the way, in my house, which is why my son has a nickname too. Everybody had a nickname. Mine was Ree, like kind of like Ree Drummond, but sometimes they would add the T to the end, so they'd call me Reet, and Ree. And the thing about the reason why that is that Rita, Rita, was often pronounced as reader with an R on the end. And I have a funny story about how I just thought my name had an R on the end. I was a very precocious child, and I learned to read very young. And I was in the, but I didn't write. I learned to read very young, but I didn't write. So I was in the grocery store with my mom, and we were at the checkout, and I saw Reader's Digest. And I said, "Hey, Mom, look, it's a magazine named after me, Reader." And that's when, like, around that, as my parents were like explaining that story to others, around that, I decided, I don't want you to call me Reader anymore. And my full name is Ritamarie. So that's how I switched to Ritamarie. Or if you were part of my family, and you are now, you can call me Ree or Reet. Reet was sort of the thing that my dad called me, Reet. And so, but you're welcome to call me Ree. My sister calls me, my sister's name is Teresa. We call her Tree. And then my sister Annette, who lives up in New Hampshire, we call her Nettie. Nettie, Nettie. So it's Nettie. So Teresa's the older one, so it's Tree. And then it's me, Tree, Ree, and Nettie. And we were always known as Tony's girls. And that's because my dad's name was Tony. And we would go to a lot of family things, and particularly Italian American family things. And we were always introduced as Tony's girls. That's how we were introduced. So, oh, there's Tony's girls. Or here come Tony's girls, that sort of thing. Dodo. Yes. So let's see. Now, I like nicknames, but I don't like hurtful nicknames. When I got married, my husband's one of my husband's sisters had the nickname Dumbo because when she was a kid, she had big ears. And when from the very first time that I met her, she said, "Oh, people call me Dumbo." And I said, "What's your real name? Because I'm not calling you Dumbo." I just thought that was just horrible. And she said, "It's Ruth Mary." So that's what I called her. I still call her Ruth Mary. I don't see her that often, but I still call her Ruth Mary. And I think it sort of shamed the family because they started calling her Ruth Mary as well. But Dumbo is the name of one of my husband's sisters. I don't know if it's just our families or if it's in New England or something, but everybody gets a nickname. And if they don't get a nickname, they're called Kid. In New England, we call people Kid, especially the young people. But even if you're old, they'll say, "Hey, what's up, kid? What's going on?" And that's how they do that. Anyway, so there I go again on my New England sometimes. Oh, what's going on? Oh, call me Jaws. You had braces. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. So, I don't like hateful, but for me, it's endearing when people call me Ree, because it's sort of an inside thing. So it's endearing. But I didn't want to be called Reader. I wanted to be called Rita or Rita Marie. So that's why with when I always post my name, I always say my name is Rita Marie, because I'm so self-conscious about New Englanders putting R's on the end. I guess they dropped their R's, so they put them somewhere else. I don't know what the deal is, but I wasn't having any of it. I wasn't having any of it. My mother thought it was so funny, that story. That she actually um she talked to or wrote to Reader's Digest and submitted that. I don't know if they actually published it or whatever, but it was really a local thing, I think, because in New England, reader the R's just sort of get put on the end of words that are ending with A. It's yeah, Miss Rita's fine. Miss Rita's fine. People call me Miss Rita. Even the folks over at Cricut, they still call me Miss Rita, and I'm fine with that. I don't care what you call me. Um, well, there is one name that I always hated, but I'm not even going to repeat it. It's the R word, and never really liked that word in general. So, but that was also a very common word when people. So you hear like Matt Wahlberg. I'm sorry, Mark Wahlberg, who is from New England. He's from Boston, actually, in the Southie. I think they're from Southie. Not everybody in Boston is like Matt Wahlberg. This is me. I think I'm much different than Matt Wahlberg, or even a lot of people think Ben Affleck and stuff when they think, because those kids, they grew up in the city in very poor neighborhoods. Southeast is a pretty poor. I wouldn't say poor. It's middle class, I guess, and they have a different way. And they call us people on the North Shore. What do they call us? Lace curtain Irish. Well, I'm not Irish, but that's what they call the North Shore. That we have an image of being like snooty, but not really. We're not. I don't think we are. Um, so a lot of people, when they think Boston, they think, that rough, and that whole like F this, F that, and whatever. And I'm not like that. Just never been like that. And so it's kind of funny when you hear people trying to A, pronounce, and then also B, to have the attitude. There is an attitude about living here. And, that's just how we are, I guess. We're different. Anyway, there you go. See, so I hope you're learning something today. There's Felicia. What? Oh, bye, Felicia. Yeah. So, Felicia, again, did you win the card today, Felicia? I didn't know. I think Dawn said you did. I'll get it to you, Felicia. Oh, I don't know. That's a little bit beyond my time. So Felicia's saying she didn't like her name because of that bye, Felicia nonsense, that meme. I'll tell you one more story before I let you go. And that is when I was pregnant with Owen, before I knew that he was a boy. I thought I was just like, oh, I'm gonna have a girl. I don't know why. I just thought he was gonna have a girl. And then and I had picked out the name Katrina. Well, um, wouldn't you know that was the same year that Hurricane Katrina landed and caused so much destruction in New Orleans that that happened 2 weeks before I actually had Owen, and my thought was, boy, I'm so glad I didn't have a girl. I'm so glad, because could you imagine? I don't know. I just couldn't imagine having picked out Katrina and having Katrina as the name of my child after that. I don't know. It's just kind of weird. It's just a weird feeling anyway. So anyway, that's my last story that I'm going to tell you today. I think. Oh, I rushed this too. Oh my gosh. Oh well, this one might not come out well. All right. So yes, you can indeed use vinyl on paper. You can also use, if this came in iron-on, I would try it on iron-on. I messed this one up, you see. But if this came in iron-on, I don't think I'm going to get it off. I would try it in iron-on, but it doesn't that I know of. Oh, it's coming off. Ah. So I hope that you enjoyed today's lesson. If you were new, I hope you introduced yourself. This is just the greatest group. It's like having tea every morning with 80 of my friends. I'm not going to be able to fix this one. That drives me nuts. All right. Throw that away. All right, let me just put these. So I have enough cards to give away to you all. And I have one to actually send to my sister for Thanksgiving, which is what I wanted. And there you go. All right. What happened? There was, right? Diana. So, you know. Anyway. Hi, Shirley. How you feeling? I hope you're feeling okay. So tomorrow is a banner. And on Friday, I'm still thinking I want to do I have a print and cut project that is both Halloween and Thanksgiving. So I might be doing that, but there you go. Look at how these look really cool, I think. And I kind of like the black with that. It looks like stained glass. And then this one here. And this one disappointing. This one's cool, but I probably should have changed the background. And this one is really cute, but I love this. This is so cool. I did forget. Oops. I did forget a little piece here. Oh, I don't know if it's going to let me pick it up. All right. Thanks for the Google tip for inside cards. You're welcome. All right, everyone. You love today's lesson, Erin. Awesome. I'm so glad. I just love entertaining you and teaching you things. I hope you don't ever stop because then I don't know what I would do. I really don't know what I would do with myself. It would be a sad existence now that I've found you. So, all right, everybody, you take care of yourselves, and we'll see you tomorrow on Cricut Chat with Miss Rita. Yeah, have a good day. I hope if you have rain, I hope you get some crafting in, right? All right, take care, everybody. Bye bye.